ready to bend the boundaries of time. Today, we're diving into a story, a fictional story, called The Mysterious Cafe.
All right.
By Srinidhi Ranganathan.
I'm ready.
So picture this.
Okay.
It's 1896 London. You're with our protagonist, Emma Sutherland. She's a writer. And like many writers, she's drawn to those interesting spots in the city.
Yeah.
And kind of out of thin air, this cafe appears. It's called the Timeless Cafe.
Oh, I like it already.
Who could resist that?
Yeah, me.
What's interesting here is how the story contrasts, like you're saying, the ordinary with the extraordinary.
Right.
This cafe, it's not hidden away. It's on a normal street, almost inviting.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's what makes it so interesting, right?
Yeah.
Because it makes you wonder, what if magic?
Exactly. What if it's just beneath the surface?
Yeah, exactly.
And I think Ranganathan does a great job. He paints this picture of the cafe, and it's both alluring and unsettling.
Yes.
You've got this aroma of coffee.
Of course.
But then there's the scent of old books.
Okay.
You've got these whispers, kind of echoing in these dimly lit corners.
Yeah, sets the mood.
It's fantastic.
That does.
And then you get introduced to the cafe's patrons.
Okay.
And this is where it gets really interesting.
Let's hear it.
You've got a gentleman, and he's just nonchalantly checking his digital watch.
Wait a minute.
And then there's another patron who looks like he's straight out of ancient Rome.
Okay, now we're talking.
In full attire.
Wow, so he's really sticking out.
It's jarring.
It is. And we're still in 1896 London, right?
Still in 1896 London.
Okay, so he's definitely from another time.
Right, and I love how Ranganathan doesn't just come out and say time travel.
Right.
He just gives you these little hints, these impossibilities, and you start putting it together yourself.
And it makes you want to know more. You're hooked.
Exactly.
You're like, wait, what's going on here? I need to figure this out.
It's like you're eavesdropping on a conversation that's both intriguing, but also kind of terrifying because it's so out of place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then Emma, she overhears these snippets of conversation.
Okay, like what?
Things about a Berlin incident that needs delaying and an assassination that's, for the greater good.
Oh, wow.
You realize this is not your average coffee shop.
No, not at all. This is serious stuff.
It's a place where history is being decided over tea and biscuits, apparently.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's what got me. That's when I was really pulled in.
Yeah, me too. That's what hooked me. Did you feel that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's like right then the story shifts.
Yeah.
It goes from this whimsical curiosity to like a really high stakes situation.
Absolutely, because now you're dealing with consequences, right?
Yeah.
Like, who are these people to be changing history?
Right. Are they really doing it for the greater good? Like, who gets to decide that?
Exactly. And it really makes you think, even about your own life.
Yeah.
Like, what if you could go back and change things? Would you even want to?
It's a big question.
It is. And the story doesn't really give you easy answers.
It doesn't.
The cafe owner, he calls himself a custodian of time.
Right. What a title.
I know, right? It's like he's in charge of history itself.
Yeah. But he's not all good or all bad.
Yeah.
It's just
complicated, like we all are.
Right.
And I think that's what makes this story so compelling.
Yeah.
Ranganathan doesn't give you a simple hero or villain.
No.
He makes you think for yourself.
Yeah, and just when you think you're starting to figure things out, he throws in another twist. These temporal agents, they kind of come out of nowhere.
Yeah, they're mysterious.
Totally. And it makes you wonder, who are they really?
Yeah, they're working with the cafe owner or against him.
Right. What are their motives? We don't really know.
And remember those conversations Emma overheard?
Yeah, about the Berlin incident and the assassination.
Right. What if those are connected to these agents somehow?
Ooh, good point.
See, it's all connected.
It is. And through all of this, Emma's right there in the middle of it.
Trying to make sense of it all.
Yeah, she's got this front row seat to this time-traveling world. She's also got her own stuff going on.
Of course, she's not just a bystander. She's starting to realize that she might have a role to play in all of this.
Right.
Which is a classic kind of hero's journey. Right?
It is, but with a twist.
Oh, definitely.
Because Emma, she didn't ask for this.
No, she stumbled into it.
Right, and she's got a choice to make.
Stay or go. Right.
Exactly. Does she embrace this world?
With all its risks and possibilities?
Yeah. Or does she walk away?
And what would that even look like, right? Can you really just walk away from something like this?
Right. And it's interesting because it's not just about time travel.
No.
It's about the choices we make.
Exactly. The power of choice and the consequences that come with it.
Yeah. And those consequences, they become really clear.
To do.
When the cafe is attacked.
Oh, man. That scene was intense.
You've got time distortions, you've got this desperate escape.
And Emma's caught right in the thick of it.
Yeah, and she gets out,
What?
but she's not the same.
What do you mean?
Well, it moved differently inside the cafe.
Oh, no.
She comes back decades older.
Wow, so she really paid the price for her time in the cafe.
She did. It's like this reminder that you can't mess with time without consequences.
It makes you wonder, what now? What happens to Emma?
Yeah, it's almost like she gets a glimpse of what her life would have been like.
Right, had she not stumbled upon the cafe.
Yeah, and then it's gone. She's back to her reality.
But her reality's different now, isn't it?
Completely. And that final line, it was only the beginning. I know. It's like, what does that even mean?
Right, what happens next? Ranganathan doesn't tell us.
He leaves us hanging.
He does.
Yeah.
But in a good way,
Yeah.
He leaves us with this feeling of wonder and possibility.
It's like he's inviting us to imagine what happens next to Emma.
Yeah, and to think about what we would do if we were in her shoes.
Right, because who hasn't thought about what they would do with the power to travel through time?
Exactly. Would you try to fix the past? Prevent tragedies?
Or would you just observe, not interfere?
It's a tough question, isn't it? Because on the one hand, you have this power to potentially change the world.
But on the other hand, you have to consider the consequences.
Exactly. And that's what makes this story so thought-provoking.
It's not just about the mechanics of time travel.
No, it's about the ethics of it. Mm-hmm. The responsibility that comes with that kind of knowledge.
It makes you think about your own life too, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Because even though we can't travel through time in the literal sense,
right,
we're still making choices every day that shape our future.
Every choice has a ripple effect.
Exactly. So in a way, we're all time travelers.
That's a great way to put it.
We might not have a silver key to a mysterious cafe.
Right.
But we each have the power to influence the course of our own lives and the lives of those around us.
That's a powerful thought. And that's what makes The Mysterious Cafe such a captivating read.
It stays with you long after you finish the last page.
It really does well. That about wraps up our deep dive into The Mysterious Cafe.
Wow, that was quite a journey.
It really was. And for anyone listening,
yeah,
I encourage you to seek out this story and take your own journey to the Timeless Cafe.
You won't regret it.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep those imaginations running wild.